Hello, my name is Elizabeth Brooke Goodrich. I am 32 years old. Friends and family like to call me Beth. I work at a therapeutic preschool that addresses social and emotional needs of children that have been in trauma and their families, helps all of them. So I do therapy with the families and I work in the classroom with the children. The way that the tumor presented itself was I had a seizure, sort of out of the blue. It was a wandering seizure where I came to in a neighborhood that I was living in at the time, and I didn't know where I was or how I'd gotten there. But all I knew was that something had happened major, and so I just contacted my parents in a panic state, and my mom is a nurse, so she deduced that I had probably had a seizure. And we went and got a scan done, and at the time, the doctors thought that it was a cyst. And so I went for an entire year, 2007, 2008, thinking that I had a cyst. And then the cyst got bigger, and they don't usually get bigger. And so came to the conclusion that I needed to have a craniotomy to have it removed. Upon having the first craniotomy, the first one, they discovered that it was a tumor instead of a cyst. And thus began my journey as a cancer survivor. A couple years later, 2011, my tumor came back. And the kind of tumor that I have is past tense, is an oligoastrocytoma. It's a mixed type tumor. And part of the tumor is slow growing and not aggressive per se, but then the astro part was the part that was causing a lot of the problems and the part that's, pretty deadly. But that time it had come back and it had showed abnormalities and slight growth. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll do chemotherapy now, or radiation. That's what I'm gonna do. And they're like, no, we have to open you back up again. And the thought of having a second brain surgery was I just didn't think I would survive it. I put on a lot of weight because I was just eating and drinking and being really like laying down in my bed all the time, just anything to kind of numb myself. And I like to think of it as insulation, because I was going through this really stressful time and I was just trying to do whatever I could to protect myself. And also, I just didn't think I would survive for the future. So I'm like, why do I need to plan for the future or take care of myself for the future? But I made it through the surgery, and I was so relieved that I made it through. I felt like I was kind of brought back to life, like I thawed. I have an amazing family. I'm very lucky. And, we've been through some hard times, and especially my parents have been they will just do anything. They will do anything to help, from back in, in the midst of my darkest days. My mom makes me emotional to think about it, but she would just say come on, we're gonna get up and we're gonna walk around the block, and that's it. And then you can go back to bed. And when I think about that then, I'm running a half marathon this weekend, and I love to run. I've done a marathon before. I'm kind of hoping to do another one in the future. And so thinking back to that point to now, my parents were just desperate to do whatever. Being a cancer survivor makes me a better person. It makes me more compassionate towards other people. It definitely makes me a better therapist. Participating in the walk is really important to me because, I have been lucky in my journey and I've been able to find treatment that worked for me. But the research that'll come from the fundraising from the walk, that will help other people. It will help, make new advancements in medicine and treatment. This year my attitude about the walk is, it's not about me. It's about all of these people that are going through brain cancer or surviving brain cancer, or honoring those people that have passed away, fought their illness. My dreams and my goals have kind of expanded to, I used to feel really limited by my circumstance, and now I really have this belief that anything is possible, And, you know, I've made it through this horrible thing, and, you know, with the love from my family and my friends, and, you know, I think I'm just really grateful for life in itself.